Do you want to listen to the earlier video first?
If you want to, I've listened to it a few times, but yeah, if that's where you want to start, or we could start where you're at.
Yeah, so TC made a video earlier, and I wanted to sort of talk about that.
Well, that was pretty inflammatory, I thought. But I really want to build a bridge, so it's important to start where you're at because you're with the group, and the group has made a lot of agreements that I don't know about.
There's one thing that stuck out to me, which is I think we have to clarify what type of abundance we're talking about because there's different ways to use the word. One way to talk about abundance is to talk about an idea, the idea of abundance. A different way would be to talk about a physical abundance. For instance, I think that's part of the difference is that I think you're talking about the idea of abundance in some places, where in some places I'm talking about a physical abundance.
And I'm talking about a mindset.
Because I'm talking about a vision for the future also, but I'm talking about a physical abundance. I'm not I can hear that you're talking about a mindset. And I understand the mindset of abundance, and I understand what you're talking about with that. And I don't disagree with that idea, but I think that you have to clarify that the mindset a mindset of abundance and like a physical abundance, those are two different things, and there's some connections.
I really want this to happen. This is beautiful, I think.
Right. I think it was about 10, 15 years ago. There was some book or video, and I forget what it was called, but it was about like the mindset of abundance. It was like I think it was called the Law of Attraction. Did you
Yes,
remember that?
yes,
Law of Attraction.
yes,
Yeah, and I
yes.
think it's that if you have this mindset, for instance, like a mindset of scarcity where, maybe you're, young and unemployed. You're not, you sort of need a job, but you don't have a job, or you don't have a very good job, and you have this mindset of scarcity, and you're like, this is just the way the world is. Nothing
Mhm.
is ever going to happen for me. And the law of attraction says that if you have that mindset and you're always thinking that way, that's what you're going to get, right?
Yes.
And the law of attraction, says, if you have a mindset of abundance and think about and believe in your own financial success, I guess, and say, you know what? If I have the mindset of abundance, and if I believe and think about how, money, I forget how it's said, but
Well, I can help you out there, Eddie, is I don't think in terms of abundance and money.
so we can choose a different example
Well,
in my,
like I live my life where I believe that I'll always have enough, but I'll never be rich. And that's the reality I live. I always have enough, but I never get rich. So I've created that reality for myself.
instead of money, we could talk about health. Okay, so maybe one person has a mindset that they're just, that's just the way they are. Maybe they're unhealthy, and um maybe they're overweight and they don't exercise enough and they don't eat enough vegetables, and their mindset is just, this is my reality. On the other hand, they could change the reality and say, you know what, I want a reality of health, and they can change their mindset. And I believe that works. I believe that
Yeah.
that's a very powerful thing. And the reason that works is because mindsets are attached to people, and the type of mindset that you have is going to influence your thinking, and that will influence your actions. So if you have a mindset of health, then you will begin to think about maybe I should eat, some more vegetables. Maybe I should, um, you know, uh, get a membership at the gym or something. Maybe I should, take the stairs instead of taking the elevator. And there are things that you will end up doing if you have that mindset, which will lead to your becoming more healthy. You agree with that? And that,
Well, only rather than focus on health, I focus on acceptance.
mhm,
That I accept that I've chosen to be this way. And until I choose to be different, this is how I'm going to be. And I'm okay with it.
mhm.
So I don't need to go to the gym or any of that stuff because it's not important to me. What's important to me, Eddie, is that we're friends and we spend a lot of time together, and I enjoy your wisdom, and I want that to continue. We are on different wavelengths, I think, but that's not unusual for me, Eddie. I'm on different wavelengths for most people, so I do have a mindset that my needs are met, and I have abundance because I choose to live within my means and be grateful for that, and that creates abundance for me.
Okay, right.
Abundance in the sense of having a lot of material goods or wealth or things in the world. No, I don't have much abundance. No.
Well, I mean, there are just enormous numbers of people in the world who have very little, who are unable to feed themselves sometimes, or don't have proper shelter or to get medical care. There's just enormous numbers of people who are in that situation.
We could relieve poverty. I mean, we have enough wealth and riches to relieve poverty if that's what we wanted to do, but it appears that we would rather blow things up and kill people.
So I do want to say that, I can tell from what you said that you didn't really understand what I was telling you with the message.
Okay,
Because yeah, because what I'm talking about is like you were a carpenter, right? And I'm
right,
if you're making a table and the four legs are like um, you know, 20 inches long and another one is 30 inches and another is 27, and they're all different heights, and then if you put the table together, is it going to be level? Like I'm talking
no,
about I'm not I'm talking about physical reality, and I'm talking about changing physical reality. I'm not talking about a mindset. I'm talking about creating physical abundance for the members of the community, and potentially for even more people with what we're doing. Yeah, that's what I would say the goal is of MADAO, which is that's not in conflict with a mindset of abundance or the idea of abundance, or mindsets of abundance. But I do want to clarify that's what I'm talking about, and that's what I mean when we discuss something like paying a certain amount in salaries to the MADAO officer, and I'm saying that wouldn't work with the economy. I'm talking about a physical reality, like when you take four legs and you try to make a table, and if they're not straight, this table's not going to be level. Now you can,
right,
you know what I mean?
right,
That's what I'm talking.
right. So you have a plan that
Yeah,
you're in a blueprint for how you want to do this. And
yeah,
you're saying that given the salary to the officers, that would uneven the legs. And so that's not what we want. We want to keep it level. And what you're saying is a big influx of MADAO into the system would unlevel the table.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and I hear that. And so that's why I think it's real important.
Yeah,
And I mean, it's real important that you remain vigilant And on top of this, so that somebody like me can't come along and cut off one of the legs and say, "What the fuck's wrong with your table, dude?"
Right. Yeah, I do feel I do feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, Eddie, look at the work and the effort and everything you put into this. I'm telling people this is the place that we build on. You've made a flat platform and you want to keep that platform level and stable and growing. And I'm saying, well, let's dance on it or something, let's have some fun. What can we do on this table now? And what I want to do, Eddie, I want to reward all the officers personally for the work that they've done because it's blessed me and it makes me feel good. I love Jed because he said it makes him feel good to donate. And it makes me feel good because I learned some time ago that my spirit doesn't know the difference between me and you. It just knows that somebody's getting blessed, that there's a blessing in the room, that there's a giving, a sharing going on. The other thing is,
The officers would really appreciate that. And it's extremely generous of you. So
but it's how I feel. I mean, look at what you've all created. You to keep this group for a year and a half, Eddie. Think about that. And with varying opinions.
yeah,
And so you really have created this decentralized autonomous group that functions with a shared interest.
right. Yeah.
I know now what I want to do is what I want to do is make little videos and edit them.
Yeah.
Get people to say, "Hey, I got something I want to say. Can I can you record it and edit it for me?" And I'll say, "Yes, I'd love to do that."
Yeah, I've actually got some ideas of for some more videos for you to edit.
Right
Um,
on.
yeah,
And
because yeah, yeah,
and then what I want is I want what I think a lot of old people want, and they just want friendship and companionship, and a lot of their friends and family have passed, and they're kind of like, they don't have a robust life anymore. I mean, it's like I'm not in the game, man,
right.
but I want to talk to people that I can connect with and share ideas, and I can get excited, and I can feel alive, and you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Love that you're getting that for yourself. That's really cool.
right. And it's like I'll be honest, I was thinking for 2 weeks, if we don't build a bridge to the future, we're going to get stuck where we are. In other words, I'm not talking about MADAO group now. I'm talking about our my country, tis of thee. I mean, where we're focused on, we have all the problems, and I
Yeah.
don't want to know. And
Well,
then we have this new possibility
yeah.
of fully electrifying everything by 2030 and being energy independent. And that would change everything, get us off of fossil fuels and onto a new path. And then we have this, they're creating food. They can grow food in a ferment. They can ferment food. I eat it. I love it. And then the cars are all turning electric.
I think I know how to build that bridge, or at least a part of that bridge. I know how to build that.
Good. I'm counting on you, Eddie. Because I didn't know. I just knew I was looking for a bridge, and when I saw the group, the dynamics of the group. I said, this is the bridge. This is people that are joined with their differences. They're independent, and yet they're willing to work together. That's the bridge. It really doesn't matter what we do on the bridge. Normally I would say, how do you feel now?
Well, I'm really glad that we had this conversation, and um it was a little different than I imagined, but I'm glad that we had it, and I'm glad that it was the way it was. Um,
Right. And so I'm looking forward to your ideas. I can live in my little bubble within the group. I mean, I have my own little bubble, and it's
yeah,
like one time I had this vision we're all bubbles,
yeah.
and how bubbles will group together and then eventually they make a bigger bubble.
So this idea for the videos, because I want to build these micro projects in the group, and the micro projects are going to need to do pitch presentations. And I was
Okay.
thinking that you would be perfect to help with editing the pitch presentations, because I want people to practice them on video, and like make them perfect. And I bet that you could help a lot.
Well,
Um,
I would love to do that. I think I'd rather do what we're talking about now. Shorter videos that are, you know, got a message, a purpose.
yeah, yeah. This is great. Yeah, I think the intro video came out really well. And I think this is going to be really good for MADAO to have you to have you helping with all
Right.
the videos. Yeah,
Well, everybody can make their own little elevators pitch, It's like, and I'll be happy to work with them to do that.
yeah,
So all I suggest is, you just get clear,
yeah,
what you want to say, and you don't have to have it memorized or anything, but just then when we say action,
right,
you're ready to go, and you make your spill, and then I'll come back, and because nobody can say words without uhs or ahs or pauses.
right,
Nobody can.
right,
But if
right,
you take all those out, makes them look a lot smarter.
right, right. Yes.
Okay, what do you want to do? You want to save this?
Yeah.